Retro road test, Audi 100 vs Rover 800. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, the European executive car market saw the competition heat up between two notable contenders, the Audi 100, representing German engineering, and the Rover 800, a product of British craftsmanship. Both cars were designed to cater to the needs of business professionals, offering comfort, luxury, and performance. While each had its unique appeal, they took different approaches to fulfill similar roles in the market. This comprehensive road test compares both models, exploring their design, build quality, engines, handling, interior features, comfort, reliability, and overall driving experience. By the end, we'll have a clearer picture of which of these executive cars might have ruled the roads and why. Design and styling. Audi 100. The Audi 100, specifically the C3 generation, featured a sleek, aerodynamic design that was groundbreaking in the late 1980s. With a drag coefficient of just 0.30, it was one of the most streamlined cars of its time, lending it not only a futuristic look but also significant improvements in fuel efficiency and performance at higher speeds. The Audi 100 was characterized by clean, elegant lines, a subtle front grille, and flush-fitting windows. Its design language was understated yet purposeful, appealing to those who appreciated refined elegance over bold styling. It was clear that the Audi 100's focus was on performance, durability, and efficiency, with less emphasis on excessive ornamentation. Rover 800. The Rover 800, on the other hand, embraced a more traditional executive car design. Developed in collaboration with Honda, known as the Sterling in the US, it retained some Japanese styling influences but managed to keep a distinctly British flair. The 800 was boxier, with sharper angles and a more stately appearance. Its front end featured a prominent grille with chrome detailing that gave it a sense of opulence. Rover's design approach was more conservative than Audi's, but it offered the elegance that buyers of British executive sedans expected. The bodywork felt substantial, with wide C-pillars and a slightly imposing stance. However, while the design resonated well with traditionalists, it was less dynamic and modern compared to the Audi 100. Build quality and materials. Audi 100. The build quality of the Audi 100 was top-notch, with German precision evident throughout the car. The fit and finish were excellent, and Audi's use of high-quality materials in the interior and exterior resulted in a car that felt durable and well-engineered. The body panels fit tightly, with no rattles or squeaks even after years of use, thanks to Audi's robust construction techniques. Inside, the Audi 100 was a triumph of ergonomics. The dashboard layout was logical, with all controls within easy reach of the driver. The materials used in the interior, soft-touch plastics, high-grade leather, and quality wood inserts, contributed to an upscale ambience. Audi also incorporated advanced soundproofing measures, making the cabin serene even at highway speeds. Rover 800. The Rover 800's build quality, while solid, didn't quite match the meticulous standards of the Audi. In some areas, especially in early models, the Rover suffered from inconsistent panel gaps and less refined assembly. However, the later models showed significant improvement after Rover worked on these initial shortcomings. The collaboration with Honda ensured that many of the mechanical components were reliable and well built, but some aspects of the interior and electrical systems remained problematic. Inside the Rover 800, the materials were luxurious but occasionally felt more superficial than substantial. Leather and wood trim were generously used, particularly in the higher spec models, but certain plastic components felt fragile, especially with age. That said, the Rover 800's cabin was stylish, with a more traditional British luxury feel that some drivers may prefer over the Audi's more utilitarian approach. Engines and performance. Audi 100. The Audi 100 came with a variety of engine options, including both petrol and diesel, but for the purpose of this test, we'll focus on the popular 2.3-liter inline-5 petrol engine. This engine produced 136 HP and was known for its smoothness and reliability. Paired with either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission, it provided adequate power for most driving situations, with a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of around 10 seconds. One of the standout features of the Audi 100 was its Quattro all-wheel drive system, available as an option. This system gave the car outstanding traction and handling in adverse weather conditions, setting it apart from most of its competitors, including the Rover 800. On dry roads, the front-wheel drive versions handled well, with good balance and minimal body roll, while the Quattro system made it one of the best handling executive cars in wet or slippery conditions. Rover 800. The Rover 800 was offered with a range of engines, from a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder to a 2.7-liter V6. For this comparison, we'll consider the 2.7-liter V6, which was co-developed with Honda and produced 177 HP. This engine gave the Rover a significant performance edge over the Audi in terms of raw power, with a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of around 8.5 seconds. The V6 was smooth and refined, providing a more relaxed driving experience with plenty of torque for overtaking and high-speed cruising. However, the Rover 800 was front-wheel drive only, which limited its handling prowess compared to the Audi's Quattro option. While it handled competently on the road, it didn't inspire the same confidence in corners, particularly on wet surfaces. Torque steer was also an issue with the V6 engine, especially under heavy acceleration, which detracted from the overall driving experience. Ride and handling. Audi 100. The Audi 100's suspension was tuned for comfort and composure, making it a pleasant long-distance cruiser. The ride was firm enough to provide good road feedback but soft enough to absorb most road imperfections with ease. On twisty roads, the Audi's handling was predictable and well-balanced, thanks to its well-engineered chassis and advanced suspension setup. The steering in the Audi was precise, though slightly light, especially at higher speeds. However, the all-wheel drive Quattro system transformed the car's handling in poor weather conditions, offering excellent grip and stability that the Rover 800 couldn't match. Rover 800. The Rover 800 prioritized comfort over sporty handling. Its suspension setup was softer than the Audi's, making it more comfortable on bumpy roads and providing a smooth ride over long distances. However, this also meant that the Rover didn't feel as composed during spirited driving, with more noticeable body roll and less sharpness in cornering. The steering was light and vague, which made it easy to drive in the city but didn't provide the driver with the same level of connection to the road as the Audi. On the highway, the Rover 800 felt stable and relaxed, but on more demanding roads, it couldn't match the dynamic prowess of the Audi. Interior comfort and features. Audi 100. Inside the Audi 100, the cabin was spacious and well appointed. The seats were supportive and comfortable, especially for long journeys. The use of high-quality materials throughout the interior gave the car a premium feel. Rear seat passengers enjoyed generous legroom and headroom, making the Audi an excellent choice for those who frequently chauffeured clients or colleagues. In terms of features, the Audi 100 came well equipped, even by today's standards. Air conditioning, power windows, and a high-quality stereo system were all standard, with options for more luxurious amenities like heated seats, leather upholstery, and even early navigation systems. Audi also placed a strong emphasis on safety, with features like ABS and an advanced, for the time, crash structure, enhancing occupant protection. Rover 800. The Rover 800's interior was more lavishly appointed, especially in the Vanden Plas and Sterling trims, where leather seats, wood trim, and premium carpets added to the sense of luxury. The seats were soft and comfortable, though not as supportive as the Audis during longer trips or more spirited driving. The rear seats offered decent legroom, though taller passengers might find headroom somewhat restricted due to the Rover's lower roofline. In terms of technology and features, the Rover 800 was on par with the Audi, offering similar amenities like power windows, air conditioning, and a premium sound system. Higher-end models featured advanced electronics, but some of these systems, particularly the digital dashboards in early models, were prone to malfunctions, which tarnished the car's reputation for reliability. Reliability and maintenance. Audi 100. The Audi 100 was renowned for its solid reliability, particularly in its mechanical components. The engines were durable and known to run for hundreds of thousands of miles with proper maintenance. However, some owners reported issues with the automatic transmission, particularly in high-mileage examples. The Quattro system, while advanced, also required regular maintenance to stay in top condition. Electrical issues were relatively rare in the Audi 100, but like many cars from this era, certain components like power windows and central locking systems could fail over time. Parts for the Audi were generally easy to source, but repairs, especially on Quattro models, could be expensive. Rover 800. The Rover 800's reliability was more hit or miss. While the Honda-engineered V6 was a robust and reliable power plant, some of the Rover-specific components, particularly electrical systems, were prone to failure. Early digital dashboards were notorious for malfunctioning, and other electronic components, such as the air conditioning and central locking, often caused headaches for owners. Mechanical reliability improved in later models, but the Rover 800 never quite shook off its reputation for being less reliable than its German rivals. Parts availability was also more of an issue compared to the Audi, particularly for certain trim-specific features, making repairs more of a challenge as the cars aged. Verdict: Audi 100 vs Rover 800. The Audi 100 and Rover 800 represent two very different approaches to the executive car market of the late 1980s and early 1990s. The Audi 100, with its aerodynamic design, superior engineering, and advanced Quattro all-wheel drive system, catered to those who valued precision, reliability, and driving dynamics. Its understated design, excellent build quality, and dependable performance made it a favorite among those who preferred function over form. The Rover 800, on the other hand, appealed to buyers seeking a more traditional, luxurious executive car experience. With its plush interior, smooth V6 engine, and stately British design, it offered a more relaxed and comfortable driving experience. However, its relative lack of reliability and dynamic finesse compared to the Audi held it back from being a true class leader. For drivers who prioritize performance, handling, and reliability, the Audi 100 remains the superior choice. Its solid construction, innovative engineering, and advanced all-wheel drive system make it the more versatile and dependable option. However, for those who value comfort, luxury, and a more traditional approach to executive motoring, the Rover 800 offers a compelling alternative, especially in its higher spec trims. Ultimately, the choice between these two cars depends on the buyer's priorities. The Audi 100 is the car for those who want to enjoy their time behind the wheel, while the Rover 800 is ideal for those who prioritize comfort and style over driving dynamics. Both cars, in their own way, epitomize the values of their respective nations and remain fondly remembered by enthusiasts to this day.